AI and the future of work. Have you noticed something? Almost every day now, there's another headline about artificial intelligence. AI is replacing jobs. AI is writing articles. AI is creating videos. AI is answering customer service calls. AI is doing work that once required human beings. And for many people, that's creating a lot of fear. People are asking, will AI take my job? Will there be opportunities left for regular people? Am I too old to learn these new technologies? Is the future leaving me behind? Today, I want to have a real conversation about AI and the future of work. Not from the perspective of fear, not from the perspective of hype, but from the perspective of opportunity. Because I believe we're living through one of the biggest economic shifts of our lifetime. And for those who are willing to adapt, this could be one of the greatest opportunities we've ever seen. Listen, whether we like it or not, the world is changing fast. The world has always changed. There was a time when most people worked on farms. Then factories changed everything. Then computers changed everything. Then the internet changed everything. Now, artificial intelligence is changing everything. The people who struggled the most during those transitions were often the people who believed that the old system would remain the same forever, would remain in place forever. The people who benefited were the people who adapted. Not necessarily the smartest people, not necessarily the richest people, but the people who adapted. And that's an important distinction because adaptation is available to all of us. Now, I always keep it real when sharing what my perspective is. So I'm not some Silicon Valley tech expert. I'm not a software engineer. I'm not sitting here claiming to have all the answers. What I am is a 70-year-old who has watched the world change dramatically over the last several decades. I've seen industries rise. I've seen industries disappear. I've seen jobs that once seemed secure become obsolete. And I've learned something very important. The greatest risk is not change. The greatest risk is refusing to change. Today, AI is simply the latest chapter in that story. That's all it is. Let's acknowledge something here. The fear is real. Some jobs will disappear. Some tasks will be automated. Some industries will look completely different 5 years from now. Pretending otherwise isn't helpful. But here's what many headlines leave out. Historically, technology just doesn't eliminate jobs. It also creates new opportunities. The internet destroyed certain businesses, but it also created content creators, digital marketers, online educators, e-commerce, entrepreneurs, remote workers, social media managers, virtual assistants, entire industries that didn't exist before. So AI is likely to do the same thing. So the question isn't whether change is coming. The question is whether we're preparing for it. Let me give you a simple example. Think about what happened with GPS. Years ago, in my era for sure, people bought road atlases. They stopped at gas stations. We stopped at gas stations for directions. Entire businesses were built around helping people navigate and get where they needed to go. Then GPS arrived. It didn't destroy transportation. It transformed it. Today, most of us couldn't imagine driving across the country without it. AI may follow a similar path, not replacing everything, but becoming a tool we eventually use every day without even thinking about it. So the people who benefited the most weren't necessarily technology experts. They were ordinary people who learned how to use a new tool That's all. One of the biggest misunderstandings about AI is that people think AI itself is the opportunity. I don't. I think people are still the opportunity. Let me explain. You see, AI is just a tool, a powerful tool, but tools don't create value by themselves. People create value. The hammer didn't build a house. The builder did. The camera didn't create the YouTube channel. The creator did. The computer didn't build the business. The entrepreneur did. AI is no different. The people who learn how to use AI effectively will likely outperform those who ignore it. Not because AI replaces human beings, but because it amplifies human capability. Now here's the part that excites me most and what this means for ordinary people. You don't need to become a programmer. You don't need a computer science degree. You don't need to spend years learning advanced coding. Many people are already using AI to write better emails, simple stuff, create content, research faster, generate ideas, design graphics, build websites, create digital products, just to learn new skills, increase productivity, and in many cases, they're doing it with tools that cost less than a monthly streaming subscription. That's remarkable, if you ask me. Now, why this matters for my audience, especially if you're over 50, if you're approaching retirement, if you're trying to build additional income, or if you simply are concerned about the future, this matters. Because for decades, many people were taught a simple formula. Get a job, work hard, stay loyal, retire someday. But today's world looks different. Costs are rising. Technology is advancing. Traditional career paths are changing. And many people are discovering they need additional options. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping ordinary people understand digital opportunities. Not because everyone needs to become an entrepreneur, but because everyone should understand the opportunities available to them. Who does the future belong to? I believe the biggest divide in the future won't be between young and old. It won't be between rich and poor. It won't even be between technical and non-technical people. The biggest divide may be between those who continue to learn and those who stop. The good news, learning has never been more accessible. You can learn almost anything online. Many resources are free. AI itself can help you, teach you. Imagine that. The very technology people fear may be one of the greatest learning tools ever created. So my approach is simple. I don't try to learn everything. I focus on understanding enough to use tools effectively. And that's what I encourage you to do. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't chase every trend. Don't believe every guru. Start small. Spend 15 minutes a day. Ask questions. Experiment. Stay curious. Because curiosity becomes one of the most valuable skills of the future. And as we end this session, let me bring this point home. The future of work is changing. That's undeniable. Artificial intelligence will impact jobs. It will impact businesses. It will impact how we earn money. But I don't believe the future belongs only to technology companies. The big boys. I believe it belongs to adaptable people willing to learn, people willing to explore, people willing to remain curious. And most importantly, people willing to take action. So the goal isn't to fear the future. The goal is to prepare for it. Because every major shift in history has created winners and losers. And more often than not, the winners weren't the people with the most resources. They were the people who adapted first. If you found value in this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share, because every week we talk about digital income, technology, freedom, and creating more options for you and your future. And I'd love to hear from you. Do you think AI will create more opportunities than problems over the next 10 years? Let me know in the comments. And remember, the future isn't something that happens to us. It's something we prepare for. I'll see you in the next video.